going into business for yourself, or you have a friend or loved one, a family member that's interested in going into business, which is a wonderful thing, which is a beautiful thing to do. We have information for you today, and we're excited about sharing this information with you on today. And today we have with us as our guest is Miss Mary Taylor, and she is the CEO president of Business of Better Day. That's the name of her business, Better Day, and she's here to make a difference and make your life even much brighter and better. So she's here, CEO of Better Day. She's having a seminar coming up. But we're going to talk about...
I'm going to back up just a little bit because like in 2008, 2009, when the economy went bad, I lost a lot of my rental properties. I did have business credit at the time, but everything kind of like went under, everything folded under, and I couldn't get anything from anybody in reference to my credit because it messed up my credit as well. So I didn't know what to do other than like take out funds from my own personal account and start my business, and that's exactly what I did. And along the way, I found out about business credit, that you can get business credit without using your personal credit, because my personal credit score was like 5 something, and then I had a whole lot of foreclosures on there, late payments, charge-offs, everything on there. So I didn't know where to go. I didn't know who to turn to. So I started doing a whole lot of research, and I found out about business credit. And I started researching that more, and I started building my business credit up. I'm like, okay, well, this is good. So I still had my personal credit to deal with, you know, because I still had the homes and stuff like that. So I was able to eventually, after a lot of things that I went to, is too much detail to go through right now, but after everything I went through, I was able to get my own personal credit fixed, right? So I'm like, well, I need to help my other people. I need to help people that struggling or that has struggled just like me. So I started learning how to do personal credit, and I started doing that, and I got my credit to where it was needed, because last 2017 I was trying to get a house, and I couldn't get a house. I tried everything I could do to get a house. I guess it wasn't my time, because the Lord had something for me to do, a better place. So I continued to do that, and I started helping people build their own personal credit. But in the meantime, I'm still building my business credit, and was able to get loans and lines of credit that I wouldn't have not gotten on my personal side. So to me, it's really important for people to understand that if you're trying to build a business, then you have alternatives. Don't worry about what's on your personal credit, even though you may need your personal credit down the line, but don't let that stop you from getting started.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I just want to thank you for keeping it real.
Yeah.
Letting people know, sometimes we get up, sometimes we fall down.
Yeah.
But when we fall down, we get back up.
Back up. Yeah.
Let's get right back. Because I just want to applaud you for keeping it real, and that's what we need, because there are so many people that are out there that's going through the struggle, going through the pain, trying to make it happen, and going through frustration. Why me? Why I can't do this and why I can't do that? But you got to keep persevering. You got to keep pressing, and that's what you did. You never quit.
Right.
You never gave up.
Right, and there was nobody along the way. I'm like, I kept researching stuff. I found some stuff on the internet, but I didn't have anybody to reach out to me personally. And along the way, I did meet some people that gave me little bits and tips here and there, but it wasn't anything full. So like I said, I kept on researching different programs and different options so I can make it happen. Because I want to make it happen, because what I'm learning, or what I've learned, they don't teach this locally. I haven't ran across anybody that teaches locally, so I want to be able to, tell other people, hey, you can start this way. If you can't do it this way, it's an alternative. So don't give up your dreams.
So those that are listening, the credit is in the 300s or what have you. You have some tips that will help them as far as business credit or however. Tell them, what can we do to get them started? What's step one?
In reference to your business credit, the first thing you need to do, if you're setting up a LLC or S Corp or C Corp, anything like that, make sure that it's set up properly. Everything that you do in your business is going to reflect the next thing. And I have a credibility checklist that I will be giving out at my seminar, and it tells you what you need to have in place. So when you get ready to go to these lenders and these vendors and these banks, whatever you're going to try to get funding or a loan or whatever, your business credit account, your business is credibly. It's set up credibly. So they can okay, well, they're going to check this off, they're going to check that off. And, believe it or not, your address is one important thing. Even though a lot of people start out with mom and pop shops are doing it at home, and that's okay too. But they're gonna look at your business address, and then if they look at you trying to get a $10,000, $20,000 loan, and they put up your business address, which may be a home address or some other location, right? So if you got like old cars, broke down cars in the yard, your doors hanging off the house, and your dog tied to the tree and all that kind of stuff, they're not gonna look at you reputable.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
They're gonna not look at you credible. So one of the things I tell them, if they can afford to, is get a virtual office. If that's the least you can do, get that. But there's a lot of tips. We're gonna be talking about the LLCs or the business entity. We're going to talk about your business address. We're going to talk about your EIN number. We're going to talk about your Dun & Bradstreet, because Dun & Bradstreet is an important credit reporting agency. Everybody in the world, every business in the world has a Dun & Bradstreet account. So that's one of the biggest things that we're going to be teaching them to do. Start building their credit with Dun & Bradstreet and with Experian Business and with Equifax Business, because when a lender, a business lender, get ready to look at you, they gonna look at your business credit and see what do they have, what kind of accounts do they have they been paying their accounts on time, have they been late, how many trade references they have and everything on their business account. So I'm gonna start them off with some trade accounts. That way they can build themselves up to getting stuff like store cards and MasterCards and bank loans and all that kind of stuff. But you got to walk before you crawl, and it may be a little tedious to do initially, but once you get your business set up properly, you get your foundation, then you're good to go on anything else. You can build anything on a foundation. You know how it is with a house. You got to build a foundation first. You don't build a roof first and then
That's right.
Put the walls up.
Right.
So we're gonna start with a foundation and start everybody and on the same way, man. You may have some business people that already done moved past that level. That's fine, but we'll fine tune what they don't have.
Right.
So they can, move on.
So how important is it going into business, I just mentioned the sacrifice. How necessary is it to make the necessary sacrifices to get there? A lot of times we want it like right here, right now, today. But there is the sacrifices that have to come first. Tell them how important that is.
There's a process. I mean, you're not gonna jump in today and get business money tomorrow. It's gonna take a process. It may take 3-6 months. Depending on you, depending on what accounts you're going for, and depending on if you're paying your bills and all that kind of stuff. So
business plan is important.
Yeah, business plan is important. When you get to where you're trying to get a lot of money from these banks, the bank's gonna want a business plan.
Exactly.
But some of the vendors that I have that's going to be at this event, you don't need a business plan for it. And some of the accounts that I'm going to show you how to get, you don't need a business plan for.
Okay.
So you can be in business for 30 days, and if you do everything like I tell you to do, and you do it the right way, then you'll start getting those accounts and stuff. So like I said, we have some vendors that are going to be there at the event, and one of them is Sprint. I talked to Sprint a few weeks ago, and they're going to come out, and they're going to tell them how they can get business accounts for their phones. So it's a certain process, and it's not even hard to do. So don't worry about no credit or anything like that, people. So and I have Wells Fargo. They're gonna come out. They're gonna talk about establishing their business banking account and stuff like that. And because of course you're gonna need a banking account, to do any type of business, because you're gonna be making money. You got to deposit, and you don't want to mix it with your personal money. So you're gonna have everything on the business side. So we also going to have Addie Lamore. She's going to come talk about business entities. And my friend Nate Patterson, he's going to be coming to talk about his story with business credit. So you can see an example from another person that's experienced business credit as well. So it's going to be awesome. We have a lot of stuff. I have a lot of stuff to talk about. I have a lot of stuff to put out. And I have a lot of information to educate the people on. So, yeah.
And it's very important in business that you keep your personal separated from the business because of your credit score. You don't want to damage, like you were saying earlier, you can damage your credit score. You can have too much, and then that will damage your credit score. If you got so much going, it's so strange how you're purchasing this and you're purchasing that on your personal side. They're saying that's too much.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
that will hurt your credit.
That will hurt your credit. So that's why I'm having this business seminar, business credit builder seminar. So, everything you get on the business side, right? So you can leave your personal side to do whatever you need personally with your family, with your home. If you want to, for instance, if you do everything on your personal side, for your business, and then you run up your credit cards and all that kind of stuff, then what if the business fails? So now you got all that debt that you ain't gonna pay for on your personal credit. So now you met Mr. Joe or Mr. John or whoever, and he done met Miss. Yeah, right. So then it's time to move on in life. You get married or whatever. Now you trying to build a house or buy a house. That's gonna hinder you because you got all that debt.
Right.
You ain't paying for it, so then they're gonna go to what? Late payments. It's gonna go to collections. It's gonna go to charge-offs, and then next thing you know, you got so much stuff out there that's negative. Next thing you're gonna file bankruptcy. So now you got to bankrupt some of your account when you could have started off on business credit and doing that. You actually want to leave your personal stuff free. Right. If you want to take a vacation or emergencies. I had one of my clients. This is on the personal side because I do personal credit as well. She contacted me and she wanted her credit fixed, and she told me her story. Her story, it really hurt me to my heart because she lived in Delaware and her granddaughter lived in Texas, and she wanted to get her credit straight because she wanted to go to Texas to see her granddaughter because her granddaughter was having brain surgery, and she did not have a credit card to put an airline ticket or catch a bus to do anything. She was kind of busted because her personal credit got messed up. So it's important to have your personal credit straight as well, so you can do those types of things. I really felt sorry for her. I really felt bad for her because she couldn't get out there to her granddaughter, and her granddaughter had brain surgery. But keep everything separate. Your personal is your personal, and your business is your business. Let your business run its business on its own.
Right. So I know you're doing business. So someone is saying, well, I'm not planning to go into business right now, but I think I want to come by to that seminar anyway. If they're not really interested in going to business, but they want to come by just to see what's going on and perhaps even have a conversation with you concerning personal credit. They're trying to get their personal credit situated. Can they come by?
Yes, sir. The event is going to be held on October the 19th at Studio 4220 Gummy Boulevard. It's just before you get to Demetropolis, and it's across from Hagen Fence. And the tickets, you can get the tickets at Eventbrite at seminar.betterdayconsulting.com, and they're only $99. You don't want to pass up this information right here. This is valuable information. It's a lot of information I'll be putting out. And I'm just trying to reach back out to my people because I don't want them to go through the same thing that I went through when I was trying to get business credit. Right. When I was trying to, start my business.
So the seminar, what's the phone number and contact number? Can they contact you?
Yes, if you have questions about the seminar, other than going to seminar.betterdayconsulting.com, you can reach out to me at 833-522-0200, and I'll be glad to answer any of your questions in reference to the seminar. Again, that's 833-522-0200, and you'll reach me directly, and I'll be able to answer any questions that you have in reference to the business credit seminar. Or if you need to set up a consult in reference to your personal credit, then you can call that number as well.
Yeah, so I'm looking at and this is a beautiful package that you have put together. It's an awesome package. So it's $99 per person that will come. So what do they expect when they leave the seminar, what do they expect to gain when they leave and walk out that door? What are they ready to do?
Better day credit.
Yep. They have better day credit. Yeah, but anyway, they'll learn what business credit is all about. They'll learn what business credibility.
The sun is shining again.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
You can see the light.
And they're gonna learn the steps of building a business credit, and they'll learn how to get a Dun & Bradstreet number, their DNB number. They'll learn what Dun & Bradstreet is. They'll learn what the Paydex score is. They'll be introduced to Experian, Equifax, and Paydex credit scores. And I also have a few vendors so they can get started with their vendor credit so it can start reporting to their business credit reports. And also, I will talk about NAV. NAV is a business reporting agency. It's a monitoring service for business reporting and also personal. And I teach them how to build a business profile, SIC codes, operating agreements, it's a long list of stuff that I'll be going over with them, and including the stuff that's listed on the flyer, like setting up their business profile with the Business Credit Bureaus, establishing credit with their EIN number, how to properly choose a business entity, and how to make their company business credit ready, and plus a whole lot of other stuff.
Plus a whole lot of other stuff to get you
That's
ready
a lot of stuff
for the business world.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So how long will the seminar last?
The seminar is 2 hours from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m.
From 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. What day is that on?
That's on Saturday, October 19th.
Saturday, October the 19th, from 1 to 3 p.m. Absolutely. So we're glad that you were able to take time out to come by to just share with the listening audience about those that are trying to and wanting to build their business credit so that they can go out and make a difference in the world and then make life better for themselves as well. Build business credit without your social security number. So we want to stress that today, that you can build your business credit without your social security number.
Right. That's why we need to get EIN, your tax ID number for your business, and also your Dun and Bradstreet number. And those are the basic things you need to start building, because once they start reporting, depending on what vendor you go with, they may be reporting to Dun and Bradstreet, they may be reporting to the Experian business, or they may report to Equifax business. So, like I said, I have some vendors that they can get started with. That way, they can start reporting to their business credit, and then they can move from there.
So let me ask you this quickly. So, wanting to go into business, do you expect to become a millionaire overnight?
Not overnight. You ain't gonna become no millionaire overnight. I don't know. You may be an overnight success story, but I want to know how you did it too, so I can do it too. Because I still gotta work it.
So there's some sacrifices that's definitely gonna have to be made.
Yeah, you gotta be ready to do it. I mean, if you're not ready to do it, don't even waste your time doing it. I mean, you can think about it and you can kind of research your ideas and all that kind of stuff, but you're not ready to plunge into it, because it's gonna be a cost. I can't tell you exactly what the cost is, depending on what type of business that you're going into, but it's gonna be a cost. And like I said, that's why I'm trying to help them build business credit so it can go on they don't have to spend their own money out of their own pocket.
So, do you think that someone that's going into business, they may have to put their pedicure and manicure on hold?
Get hair.
The sacrifice, is that part of the sacrifice? No, it's not.
If they're at that level where they have to, if they're at that level where they have to, then yes.
The Cadillac or the
no, we ain't gonna do the Cadillac. We ain't gonna do the Cadillac concept.
We gotta keep a Cadillac, man.
We gotta keep our Cadillacs.
We gotta keep the Cadillacs, okay.
No, but be serious. To have to put some things aside in order to grow. I mean, you got to have your own, what you want out of life. If you want something out of life, then you got to sacrifice your means in order to get it. There are things that you have to give up.
Right.
I mean, you got to give up a lot in order to make things happen.
Absolutely.
You can be successful with some things you have. There are a lot of things that, and they're not a lot, but there are some things you have to give up or not do it as often.
Right.
Because if you're serious about growing in anything, you have to let something go in order to get higher.
Absolutely.
And you're just within your faith. If you you have to give yourself to God in order to grow into Him. So it takes everything in sacrifice.
Yeah. Well, I'm so glad you said that, because I will say this to the listening audience right now today. If you plan to be successful in any business, you got to put God first.
Put Him
and
first.
Have God to call you into your purpose. And I promise you, your way is already made.
It's already
and
made.
He will send people in your path to help you, just like Miss Mary Taylor. He's placing her in your path. So you put God first, and He's already equipped you for your journey. So put Him first.
And if any doors has closed, He will open them.
Absolutely, and He will put people in your path so that you can do what it is. Because at the end of the day, it's all about Him.
Amen. Amen.
So Miss Mary Taylor, Miss Cynthia, we thank you so much for being.
Appreciate you asking us to come.
Today. And if you want to come back prior to the event, you're welcome to do so. We thank you so much. One final word.
Yes, one final word is this seminar is to teach entrepreneurs, small business owners, sole proprietors, or anyone who's trying to establish a business how to set up their business credibly, so that when they meet with the lenders and underwriters guidelines for business credit and funding, then they wouldn't have any problems.
So if you're looking for a better day, the number is
833-522-0200.
Say it again.
833-522-0200. And you can get your tickets at seminar.betterdayconsulting.com. Tickets are only a $99 investment into your business.
Thank you so much for being our guest on today, Miss Mary Taylor, Miss Cynthia.
Thank you.
Until the
Thank you
next
for having
time,
us.
you're welcome. Until the next time, may God continue to bless each of you is our prayer.
Amen.
Amen.
My people will perish because of the lack of knowledge. Reach funeral